Florida and Georgia on alert. A tornado touches down in Jacksonville. This waterspout already spotted by hurricane hunters. Half a foot of rain possible and a flash flood watch underway.
Hillary Clinton on the eve of her final showdown with Bernie Sanders, while Donald Trump doubles down, refusing to back away from those comments that a Mexican-American judge is too biased to rule.
Is that not the definition of racism?
I don't think so at all.
The backlash building from his opponents and his own party.
Breaking overnight, Kanye chaos. The pop star's promise of a secret concert sends thousands flooding into New York City streets. The star circles the block in the middle of the crush, why police had to shut it down.
Celebrating the greatest. Muhammad Ali back home this morning, his body arriving in Louisville overnight. As we learn new details about the legend's final hours, his family by his bedside.
I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
Visitors flocking to his childhood home as the world remembers the champ for his epic battles inside and out of the ring. Now we're hearing from those closest to him. His daughter Wjla joining us this morning.
I'm the greatest.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America, happy Monday, and all weekend long we've been celebrating that greatness. Let's take a live look right now at the memorial outside the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville, Kentucky. The flowers piling up, the love pouring in for Muhammad Ali.
He is back home, and this is the last public photo of Ali, appearing with Carrie Underwood at the annual Celebrity Fight Night in April, raising money to fight Parkinson's. And many people were posting pictures of Muhammad Ali, and this was the one. This is how we remember. Yes, how we remember him. His daughter Wjla is going to join us in a few moments.
Looking forward to that. We're going to begin with that severe weather affecting millions across the country right now. Tropical Storm Colin is approaching the Florida coast with high winds, threats of serious flooding. And ABC's Steve Osunsami is in Clearwater Beach with the latest. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Georgia. Authorities are handing out as many of these as families need. Free sandbags. They've already delivered about 10,000 of them. Clearly, they're preparing for a flood emergency. The heavy rains from the tropical storm making a beeline towards Florida started overnight. In Sarasota, drivers had to make their way through flooded streets, and there were tornadoes too. This time-lapse video shows a twister moving through Jacksonville. This time, no one was hurt.
Oh!
Further north in Indiana,
Oh my gosh!
a tornado hit here too. The rain that just keeps coming is bringing misery throughout the Northeast. In western Pennsylvania, the high waters trapped families in their homes, and many had to be rescued by boat. Authorities here expect this storm to take a similar path to a storm that hit here in 2012 that brought nearly 2 feet of flash floodwaters. George?
Okay, Steve, let's get more on that path right now. Ginger, what's the satellite showing?
Right, it is right now in the Gulf of Mexico, but the feeder bands are already starting to hit parts of Florida and right along the Gulf Coast. So that's what we're going to have early today. The storm doesn't hit until after dinner time tonight. That's the timing, and we've got those tropical storm warnings, meaning it is imminent for places like Gainesville, Tampa, Jacksonville. Tropical storm watch up to Charleston, South Carolina. Here's the path and the track with the timing on it, of course. Again, later tonight is when it hits the coast of Florida, and then by tomorrow afternoon, already into the Gulf Stream, still staying strong outside of North Carolina. I don't want you to pay too close attention to only the track, because remember, some of the heaviest rain can fall on the east side of it or to the right of it. Flash flooding is my first threat that I want everyone to know about. There are many more I'll have to talk about later, guys.
Many more ahead. All right. Thank you, Ginger. Now to the world celebrating Muhammad Ali. Tributes pouring in around the globe. President Obama saying he was, quote, the greatest, period. If you just asked him, he'd tell you he was the double greatest. His body now back in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky, where he'll be laid to rest later this week. And ABC's Ryan Smith is there with much more. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Robin. Since his death, thousands have flocked to this memorial site here at the Muhammad Ali Center to honor one of Louisville's favorite sons. And with that son home for the last time, the final farewell begins.
This morning, Louisville's prodigal son has returned. Muhammad Ali's body landing in the city Sunday evening, being driven through the streets of his beloved hometown.
I can drown a drink of water and kill a dead tree. Wait till you see Muhammad Ali.
Ali, passing away at 74 Friday, succumbing to septic shock due to unspecified natural causes after a decades-long battle with Parkinson's disease. Ali's funeral arrangements specified by the champ himself 3 years ago. After a private service for immediate family Thursday, the public will pay their respects Friday. A procession right down Muhammad Ali Boulevard to the cemetery where he will be laid to rest. And afterwards, this arena will host thousands for an interfaith memorial service celebrating his life. Among those speaking at the services, longtime friends Bill Clinton, Utah Senator Orrin Hatch, and Billy Crystal. His brother Rahman breaking down at this church service Sunday, telling us he was shocked by the loss of his brother and best friend.
Did you expect it? Were you?
I was shocked. I was shocked.
Ali didn't suffer in the end, his family says. His last 24 hours spent with them by his bedside, but unable to speak. His daughter Hannah tweeting, they eventually whispered in his ear, "You can go now. We will be okay." And the champ squeezing their hands to say goodbye. His legendary heart beating a full 30 minutes after his other organs failed. At this memorial, flowers, cards, mementos growing by the minute, and visitors flocking to his childhood home. President Obama may have said it best. Muhammad Ali shook up the world, and the world is better for it.
Events are planned all over the city this week, including one tonight at his childhood home. And that memorial site seating over 20,000, many expecting a packed house, a fitting farewell to a man who was larger than life. Robin?
All right, Ryan, thank you very much. And joining us now is Muhammad Ali's daughter, Wjla. And we really appreciate you sharing some time with us this morning as we and so many others continue to pay our respects to your beloved father. I was just saying to you, do you feel the love? Does it bring you some measure of comfort, Wjla?
I've been feeling the love since before my father passed away. But I can say that I'm obviously really sad. But I've been sad for a long time, you know, just watching my father struggling with Parkinson's disease. And, you know, you hold your head up and you say, yeah, he's doing great. But, you know, I felt like he was trapped inside of his body. So I have comfort in knowing that he's not suffering anymore.
Your father, the way he faced Parkinson's so courageously, can you share with us your final moments with your dad?
Well, my father, thank God, all of us kids, you know, my father has 9 children total. We're all at the hospital and all had the opportunity to be with him when he passed away. So some of, you know, my sisters were saying Islamic prayers and, you know, so it was a very peaceful time and we sent him off in a very peaceful way and we all were there. And that doesn't always happen, you know, and everybody has the opportunity to be there. So that was very nice.
It's very important to have his family there by his bedside. When did you first realize that your father was more than a world champion, that he was beloved all around the world and had such a great power and influence over people?
Well, from a very young age, you know, everywhere we went, we got attention because my father loved attention. And he would make sure that everyone saw him and stopped for him. And we'd be stuck places for hours. He's doing magic tricks and things. So I knew my dad was special and speaking up for people who couldn't speak for themselves. And I just have so much respect for him because you just don't see that. You don't see that anymore, not only in just athletes. I mean, you can't even, there's just not that many men that you can really compare to my father. You know, when I think of my father, I think of people like Nelson Mandela and people like that.
He was a loving father, you're a loving mother. Love the pictures that you shared on social media, especially the one with your little boy and girl, and your dad was wearing the little birthday hat. What do you remember most from that moment?
That was his last birthday, you know, and we all, again, luckily, all his kids and grandkids were there. We were with him in Arizona, and he was, you know, bright-eyed and alert, and he had a really great day. And, you know, I cherish those moments. And my daughter, Sydney, has a really, really close connection with him where she's always like, I want to go see Papa. I want to go see Papa. And, you know, I'm always taking her to go visit him. She doesn't know who he is. You know, she's only 5 years old. She's been saying that since she was 3. So, you know, that's what's been hard for me. That's why I have to stay strong and you know, teach them about celebrating life and moving on and all of that, because it's a part of life. So, yeah, but I'm happy they were able to spend that time with him.
And all of us, many of us remember that time, 96 Olympics. Your father, it was just 12 years since he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and to see him light that flame, what kind of strong message do you think that sent to others facing a similar disease?
You know, he's an angel. And just to hold that torch and be shaking and not be hiding his sickness, you know, and just showing that strength that he still has. Like I said, he just embodies so much, and it was just all in that one moment, and people just weren't expecting it. And this man transcends everything there is, and everybody just loves him, you know. So there isn't anybody else like him. I don't think there ever will be.
Your father's going to be remembered for many things. I was rereading his memoir over the weekend, and I loved how he closed how he would like to be remembered. He said, I guess I'd settle for being remembered only as a great boxer who became a leader and a champion of his people, and I wouldn't even mind if folks forgot how pretty I was. That was your dad.
Classic.
Classic Muhammad Ali. I'm glad you have those memories to cherish, as many of us do. Layla Ali, always a pleasure to see you and spend time with you. All my best to you and your family.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Robin.
Right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And she was saying, because, you know, there's going to be a big tribute for him in Louisville, and she said her father was talking about it, and he said, 10 million's not going to be enough to show up. Not even 10 million, but just his exuberance and love of life.
I love that. An angel with a real powerful punch.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to have more on him coming up. We're going to move on to the race for the White House right now, ahead of tomorrow night's final big showdown between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders in California. A Trump super PAC has now fired off its first blistering attack against the Clintons as Trump faces criticism from his own party over those comments about judges. ABC's Tom Yamas has the latest.
Donald Trump not backing down or backing away from his view that a judge in one of his Trump University lawsuits is biased against him because the judge is Mexican-American.
If you are saying he can't do his job because of his race, is that not the definition of racism?
No, I don't think so at all.
Federal District Judge Gonzalo Curiel was born in Indiana, his parents from Mexico.
This judge is giving us unfair rulings. Now I say why. Well, I'm building a wall, okay? And it's a wall between Mexico, not another country.
But he's not from Mexico.
In my opinion,
he's from Indiana.
He's Mexican heritage, and he's very proud of it.
In interviews that aired this weekend, Trump calling his reasoning common sense and going even further.
If it were a Muslim judge, would you also feel like they wouldn't be able to treat you fairly because of that policy of yours?
It's possible, yes.
Many top Republicans don't agree. Newt Gingrich likely on Trump's short list for VP, blasting him.
This is one of the worst mistakes Trump has made. And I think it's inexcusable.
Speaking of mistakes, Hillary Clinton admitting some fault with her private email server on This Week with George.
I will say it was a mistake. I would not do it again, but I think that the rules were not clarified until after I had left.
Clinton and rival Senator Bernie Sanders both in California on the eve of the last round of contests in their primary season.
I believe the Republican nominee should never get near the White House.
But if Hillary wraps up Tuesday with big victories, she'll have to play catch-up with Trump, already in general election mode. A super PAC supporting him out with this new stinging ad. It intercuts Clinton with former President Bill Clinton denying he had a sexual affair with Monica Lewinsky.
I did not.
I did not send classified material.
Not a single time.
And I did not receive.
Never.
Any material that was marked or designated classified.
I never told anybody to lie.
And Hillary Clinton announcing a bit of good news last night. Her daughter Chelsea getting very close to giving birth to baby number 2. Clinton saying it's going to happen sometime early this summer, George.
Okay, Tom, thanks. Let's get more on this now from Matt Dowd. The other bit of good news for Hillary Clinton last night, another win in Puerto Rico. So let's take a look at the delegate map right now. It shows she's within 25 votes of those 83 delegates she needs to get the nomination. Certain to clinch it tomorrow night. The big debate inside the Sanders camp right now is what do they do after? They close ranks, concede, or do they fight on?
Well, I think that in a little homage to Muhammad Ali in the course of this, when you're way behind on points, it doesn't matter if you win the last round. And I think that's all that Bernie Sanders is counting on, winning California and keeping that momentum going. I don't think it matters at this point. Everything is about unity, how quickly Hillary can unify the party, because she knows she's going to clinch tomorrow night at some point early in the evening.
Trump has already unified the Republican Party, but even as he has, you're seeing real anxiety among top officials as they're forced to answer for his comments about judges and other things.
Yeah, it's like some of us in our personal relationships. It's complicated in the course of this. I think it's a little bit like having Johnny Manziel as your starting quarterback and not being able to fire or get rid of him. He's a great talent, but you don't know what you're going to wake up to every day, and that's what they're dealing with.
Okay, Matt Dowd, thanks very much. Now let's go to Amy with today's other top stories, starting with this breaking story out of Phoenix.
That's right, George. Police are on the scene of a deadly shooting at a Motel 6 in Phoenix. They say a man walked into the motel's office, then opened fire, killing 2 people and critically injuring a third before then carjacking 2 vehicles while trying to escape. Police say he later shot himself, and no word yet on a motive. Overseas, a rare attack in Jordan, an important ally in the fight against ISIS. Government officials say terrorists attacked an intelligence office near the capital of Amman, killing 5 employees. The attack comes on the first day of Ramadan. And an online group says it hacked into Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg's LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest accounts. Zuckerberg's passwords apparently not too complicated, especially considering he's a new dad, but we're not going to disclose it here. You can kind of figure it out, though. And a brazen thief caught on camera. No monkeying around here. Take a look at the suspect. He or she, we are not sure, sneaked into this jewelry store in India, pulled open the cash drawer, and grabbed an equivalent of $150 before making a clean getaway. Apparently, that buys a lot of bananas in India. Yeah. He went for the cash. Smart monkey.
I didn't know you were going to go for the bananas line.
Oh, well, you know, it was right there. I'm not going to say low-hanging fruit again because,
well,
but I just did.
One of my favorites. Shall we talk basketball, everybody? Let's do it. All right, time for the NBA Finals. Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors just giving a beating to the Cleveland Cavs. 33 points last night. They're now up 2-0, and TJ Holmes is in Oakland's Oracle Arena. Hopefully they did let you in today. Good morning to you, Tej.
Good morning, and I don't know if the Warriors plan on coming back here. They're shutting the place down, cleaning up. They even took the nets down, guys. That's how confident they are. They might be thinking sweep, and after last night, you can understand why.
The 2 best teams with the 2 biggest stars, but so far, a one-sided affair.
Curry steps back, the three-pointer, that's good!
Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors again dominated LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, beating them by 33 points in Game 2.
We didn't win anything. No points of the game. Did we beat them in anything?
As impressive as the Warriors' win was, the Warriors themselves aren't impressed.
We haven't won anything, really. We took care of home court advantage, which is what we're supposed to do.
The always rowdy Oracle crowd observed a moment of silence before the game for Muhammad Ali. Then, a rousing rock rendition of the national anthem by the legendary Carlos Santana with his wife on the drums. I tried to talk to Santana before his performance, but once again, my interview was interrupted.
Shaq, come on, man! Shaq, I'm trying to work. Come on, man. All right, I'm going to find a way to finish an interview, guys. But, of course, just one game. Anything can happen. Let's see if the Cavs can get back on track. Back to you.
And that
You're having a good time. You're having a good time there, TJ. Thank you.
Good assignment. Game 3, Wednesday night, 9 Eastern, right here on ABC. Now let's go back to Ginger. You got a lot of fire in the West.
You know, out west it's been hot, and then those fires, the Calabasas fire, 80% contained now. You can see the video there. Thankfully, a lot of people let back into their homes. We got to get to your select cities now, brought to you by Charmin.
Wow, this toilet paper reminds me of a washcloth.
That's Charmin Ultra Strong, dude. Cleans so well, it keeps your underwear cleaner.
So clean, you could wear them a second day.
Oh, tell me, I did not just hear that.
I said you could, not that you would.
Charmin Ultra Strong with its washcloth-like texture helps clean better than the leading flat-textured bargain brand. It's 4 times stronger, and you can use up to 4 times less.
It cleans better. You should try it, Skids.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Good morning, Washington. Calmer conditions across the region for today. We'll have some warm temperatures and a nice week overall. Expect mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. Tonight, a few clouds will be moving in with lows in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy. Stray shower will be possible in the afternoon hours with a high around 84 degrees. That stronger cold front's going to usher in some cooler conditions for the middle of the week. Look at this, high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s.